morning, team. Welcome back to our daily market outlook. Welcome back, guys. Patrick and Maciej. How are you guys?
Good morning.
Welcome back, everyone. Have a nice day. Let's jump into the charts. On my end, it will be not so long, but let's jump in first on your side, Fabio, and then we switch to Maciej, and then let's jump into my charts.
Sure. So I think the first thing for today is we have a lot of interesting earnings. As you can see here, we have a T-Mobile just reported before the market, so we are dropping down all the way to this one-day minimum put support level. We also have Shopify that beat it at a surprise or beat it expectation. We can look at the chart as well. But very interesting, we have McDonald's later and Cisco, and then of course other interesting names reporting today. So there's a lot of things going on. The first thing we want to probably go is let's go back and let's open up the dashboard first. And we were talking to Anne-Marie yesterday about how to prepare for earnings. So we can show you quickly a couple of ways to understand what's going on there. So first of all, we want to look at the option and momentum score to understand if there is a directional bias coming from the market. And what we can see here for McDonald's, that we are sitting in a bullish bias coming from the option side right here, and also on the momentum side we are in a neutral volatility. Normally before earnings, volatility is pretty elevated, but as you can see here, McDonald's sits in a very low volatility environment right now. So when you play that with option, of course, it could be more attractive to buy option rather than sell option in this case, because we're sitting in a kind of like a low volatility environment. Then we can look at the option matrix and we can see whether we have positive or negative gamma across the chain and how this has changed throughout the day compared to the previous day. Some negative gamma is piling up compared to the previous day, not a great amount, not a lot. So things are kind of stable. And then, of course, when we look at the kind of swing model, we can see basically our lower band level here. So the swing model is also suggesting that we're still sitting in a bullish bias environment. Of course, anything can happen during earnings, right? So obviously, this is just what the data is looking for. And we can look at the success rate right here. And then, of course, you can kind of see how, for example, whenever we have a changing score, how the trend kind of evolves. So you can see how the score can be kind of like predictive of what's going on with the asset. We're now sitting right here at a score of 4, which is almost at the top. So let's see what's going to happen later on. So that's kind of like a very, very brief overview of how you can use the MenthorQ platform to look at earnings. In 3 weeks, we're going to have some major enhancement, especially around Queen. So stay tuned for that, because that's going to be a game changer for you guys. So very excited for that. But with that said, I can pass it on to you, Maciej.
Okay, let's go. Good morning one more time. What we have on our charts? Gold, CTA positioning, going to the upside. Long still in the game, but remember, last month where we was 3.61. Right now, silver dropping. So we have a divergences between those two tickers. Later, palladium also dropping. Copper going up and aluminum going up. We have mixed picture right now, what is going on here. Also about currencies. Dr. Dollar. Right now dropping, and this should help going up to our metals, because usually if dollar is dropping, that push prices of metal to the higher position. But usually, right now, let's go to our futures. Let's take a look what is going on our GC Jet contract, the most traded right now. Option score 4, volatility neutral, momentum high, and we are sitting in positive seasonality. So let's take a look what we have in our matrix. Right now, we are around neutral zone. As you can see, we haven't got right now such a big positioning and directional movement from GEX and DEX. So let's go to our predicted move for today around $81. So let's check also how it looks our gamma chain. For all expiration, still 5200 is our main strike, supporting zone from plan B if we will distance between those peaks. Later, above 5200, what we have main strike, of course, above 54, and between 5300 and 5250, a little one fella sitting. From negative GEX, the main strike, of course, sitting on 4700, and the switch mode from whole chain view is sitting around 5K on jet contract. The nearest expiration today, gamma expiring, as we can see, near 0.3%. Main strike 5K. From negative gamma perspective, switch mode, if we drop below 5100, we are sitting in very negative regime and we can expect extended moves. Our support right now is sitting around 5K and 4950, this zone. 51 right now is our resistance, and above 51.50 and 25 later 5200 is sitting. Tomorrow 49, so a little bit different picture how it looks. If we drop below 51, we are in negative gamma regime. Below 5K around 49.20 we will get a very big support. So this is interesting view what is going on, and later negative tiny profile right now is showing up. Of course, as we can see, GEX expiring tomorrow right now around 1%. So as we can say, a very tiny profile. Looking, for example, when we have 24th of February, where we have 35 near percent. So this is a really huge difference, and later 56% disappearing on 26th of March. So right now, let's coming back and take a look what we have and where we are on our jet contract, what we can map together. Boom. Let's map our zones, our resistance and support, our magnetic cluster. So of course, boom, 1 day mean, blind spot 9 and risk trigger 4 days ago, 49.70, 49.50. Interesting zone right now, also where we are, of course, sitting in the cluster. Risk triggers, 1 day max, core resistance, gamma wall, and blind spot 5100, 5120. Another zone above as a plan C, of course, risk trigger from yesterday, and 2 times blind spot supporting zone 5170 plus minus as a main one. Above core resistance, risk trigger, and later blind spots. Below, plan B, as below. Of course, HVL with blind spot 3 sitting around 50-50, we can say. Later, put support, round number 5K. Magnetic zone 49.60 plus minus as a median price. And later, far away, 49, the main switch level, HVL. Below this, we have 2 times lower brands from 1 day ago and 2 days ago, sitting around 40A. And later, plus minus 100 open gap, open window, as we can say, and also as we can see, 2 times lower band at put support sitting around in the zone 4700 to 4660. Main price, we can say 4680 should be stay in our view. In next 20 minutes, we will get also a lot of data which have impact to our markets for metals, indexes, dollars, and other stuff. So, ladies and gents, be careful right now what we have. Also, as I'm telling you usually, if dollar is going up, this helps push metals to the downside. and also invert correlation is usually in the game. So later we will check if we drop below this is another target HVL as a plan B working. If not, hold this zone, of course, put support and later risk triggers with 1-day mean. GLD, let's take a look together. ETF for gold. Let's take a look what we have in our dashboard. Please hold the line. Everything is loading. Volatility neutral. Option score high. Momentum high. Seasonality is positive. But matrix looking a little bit different. So it's much more positive from the GEX and DEX perspective. Also, predicted move for today is 8 points and later for tomorrow from yesterday close is 13 points on this ETF. So let's jump and take a look where is sitting the most open interest strike. Of course, 400, 420, 450, 475, 490 and 500. So let's check also what is going on in our gamma chain. Boom, main strike 475, later main strikes 465 and 490. Awesome. The nearest expiration today less than 1%. Main positive strike 475, later switch around 470, we coming to the negative gamma regime, and main strike 465 in plan B, another support 455, 450, and right now it looks very wealthy. Another expiration, of course, it will be Friday. Right now, main two strikes 465, 475. So we can take a look is this range will be holding also for today. So let's map everything together. After Kiss and Go, I was also trading this. It was awesome. Right now we have some correction and what we can map together as super clusters, what zones are and should be working and be interesting for us. Of course, also from today, this zone, take a look. Upper band, risk trigger from tomorrow, from yesterday, lower band, core resistance cluster with core resistance 0 DTE, risk triggers 2 times and 2 times blind spot. 475, 479.50, 480. Awesome. If we cross 1-day max, plan A should be very clear. Later, of course, above 485, risk trigger from 2 days ago with blind spot 4 should be another zone. So let's map it. We will check it later what is going on. But if this plan don't work, what we have? Switch mode 460 HVL with risk trigger. Then we are coming to the negative gamma regime. And what we have below 455, put support, 1-day mean, blind spot 9. Later, like Bill loves, lower bands from 2 days and 1 day ago, main price 446, 447, sitting as a support. If this not holding, of course, main levels are sitting on 400, exactly where we was seeing this on our gamma chain, and another 2-time clusters from lower band sitting around 435 on GLD. If you have some questions about gold and GLD, I will be waiting a minute. Please let me know, guys. If not, I will continue.
No questions so far?
Okay, so let's go. What is going on silver? Right now, we are having 100 on the new ticker from main provider. I was checking how it works right now and also how it looks. They are building position. Also, I was checking how it looks chain for silver. We also have some rolls right now in the last few days after having that kind of ticker, so the nearest term will be very interesting to check also what is going on the background. So let's jump to our silver. Right now, still, this contract is main traded. Volatility score is high, option score is neutral, seasonality neutral, momentum a little positive. In our matrix, similar view like we have on gold. Right now, the nearest day are, we can say, neutral, but later, take a look, 13, so it will be Friday 13. Guys, what a bonus hitting here. Minus near 6 millions in gamma. So right now, Friday looks like hurricane. We will check and monitoring how it will be working. Later it will be changed or not. If yes, we will monitoring this together, so no worries. And right now, let's check exactly where we are, what is going on. We are sitting exactly here on 85. On 85, below main support 81, 80 zone should be sitting in our mind. Boom, then we have a gap. 76, 74 zone should be interesting. So let's map together this. Right now, risk trigger from 1 day ago, from converting SLV to silver. Take a look, works very well. Kiss and go, we have amazing reaction. Below us, what we have 1 day max and later main cluster sitting around 82, so exactly plus minus in the zone of our interest. So we can map this very quickly, what is interesting today. First cluster, second core resistance with gamma work and risk triggers from 3 days ago, 1 day max, risk trigger from SLV. Below, of course, as a plan B, if this zone not hold, put support, risk trigger, 1 day mean. But later, take a look how it looks. If 1 day mean and call resistance will be crossed exactly this zone. Also, we was mapping this yesterday. What we have? A lot of zones with our lower bands from 5-day swing model. Interesting, of course, will be 70. If this zone not hold, later I will be looking on another box between lower band from 3 and 4 days ago. This is how I'm looking right now on silver. So let's also check the nearest expiration, how it looks. So today, 0.07%, main strikes 83, 82, later we have gap around 80, main battle. Tomorrow, negative gamma expiration, negative strike sitting around 83.50, and later we have some gaps and support around 78. So we can say the main battle will be around this choppiness zone. If this will not change, should stay in our mind. Right now, SLV. Volatility score high. Option score neutral, momentum also 2 as neutral, seasonality neutral. Our matrix shows for today neutral zone, tomorrow a little bit positive, and later also neutral with a little direction to the positive zone when we are looking to our gamma perspective. Main strikes 70, 75, and 80. Below 70, of course, 65 from open interest is sitting. So the best idea if we stay between this zone, the median price 75 for SLV should works well. The biggest volume where is sitting negative on 70 with positive little pie. Also another zone 75 and 80. So we can say then 3 times SLV have 3 times strikes 80, 75 and 70. This should be very helpful, and let's check also how it looks all gamma expiration. 80, of course, another time our main strike 75, awesome, and later this chain looks a little tiny and here is sitting on 60 biggest negative gaps. Interesting view, above 85. From the nearest expiration, what we have right now, gamma expiring 0.2% near 76 main strike, 75. If we drop below this, we are jumping to negative gamma regime, and then our main strike sitting on 72 and 70. If we drop another 2 points, 68 is sitting. So how it looks, 76, switch about 74, and then each time 2 points difference between those strikes should work on our side. Tomorrow a little bit different view, 80 is a main strike and 70, so median price around 75 as a main battle. If we are using also some options, some structure that could help with higher volatility to trying stabilize this price in the middle. Right now, also, let's take a look. I was promising you about SIG, and we have similar view. SLV, if we converting to SIG, the newest contract, about 100 ounce of silver, kiss and go, works well. Of risk triggers from 2 and 5 days ago, and below a lot of main levels, and I will be looking and let you know in the next few days also how this main level and conversion works on the new ticker what we have from COMEX. Let's jump also to GVZ. 2% plus minus is predicted move for today. On silver, boom, we drop. We have a little lowest volatility right now. What it means, around 7-8% predicted move for today should be stay in our mind. Right now, do we have some questions? I will be waiting. If not, I will pass this to Patrick.
We have a question, Maciej. Do you prefer trading the ETFs or the futures on that?
One more time, please.
If you prefer to trade ETFs or futures when you trade metals?
Depends. In intraday, I much more focus on futures, but for a longer time, ETFs.
Mm-hmm.
Or stocks, some companies. Also, for example, where you have list which ETF have included what kind of tickers. You can find this on main product. So then you have also map and you can check how it works. Do you like it or not? And make your own decision.
Awesome. Thank you. Pass it on to you, Patrick.
All right, welcome guys. Today I make this a little bit more short because I'm sick and I want half my full power for the program for our live trading session later. So let's jump in our swing trading model. We was talking about yesterday about the model that we be in the range, and you should be take a closer look at the top of the ranges. And I think today will be the same because yesterday it was working perfect. We was hitting after 30 minutes the risk trigger, and then boom, we fall down again. Now we in the middle, we in the decision area. If you're looking in to the Dow, the US 500, so the SPX basically was falling out of the range. This is really interesting. So we are on the decision area, like what we was having, by the way, yesterday with our Nasdaq. As you remember, we was take a closer look into this. here that we was saying, hey guys, we should be very careful with this because the US tech is the only one who's not in the range. And now we was hitting the upper band, and then boom, we was basically falling down. Today, we have the same stuff with SPX, like US 500. So really careful with this model here. And also, if you're looking into our Magnificent 7, so the gap is already not filled. So basically, we're on the 50% level now from the gap, from the Magnificent 7 ETF. On the VIX, we are in the middle of nowhere. It's also 50%, I think, but it's also really interesting because when you're looking into this, when we have the last decisions on our VIX, and we zoom out now a little bit, here we go. This is exactly here, this areas where we're having our decisions. So have this blue line also in my mind because this is for me the decision area. We was making already our decisions. The Russell is the only one who's, by the way, in the range from yesterday, like what we see also with the Dow. And for me, on the Dow, nothing has changed. On the Russell is nothing changed. SPX, NDX, decision area, also the Magnificent 7, of course, and with the VIX. And if you're looking into first today also on our S&P, like ES, SPX, and SPY, and NQ, and NDX, and QQQ, we have the same picture for the decision area. Closer look, US Tech, NDX, decision area on the high wall NDX. NQ, decision area on high wall 0DT and high wall. We are on the decision area. Can we going through this? Yes or no? Or can we hold this and going down? Personally, I know I talk always about the short side. I don't know why. Well, I like this because take a closer look. We have only the GEX major areas here. If we're going higher, then my next target will be definitely the call resistance with the call resistance UDT. Why? We get rejected. We get rejected, but we have no idea what's going on with the data, what we will get in 2 minutes. If, say, totally strong and everything should be amazing, we will be easily squeezing through the call resistance. But we could be also seeing that call resistance will be holding. So there are a lot of what if, and I don't like it. So I have a clear plan A in the mind for the short side, filling the gap from high volt 0 DTE to put support and put support 0 DTE. This is something what I want to see. I don't like personally plan B, the long side. I don't know why, because we have also decision area here. And then GEX 2 from NDX, what would be personally, I think, match with the call resistance. And the QQQ, again, end of the day data gives us also the view with the high wall 0 DTE. And also we have to put support 0 DTE. And why I'm liking the short in this case, because we have also open space here. So we have open space here and here. But if we're now getting the data, as you can see, let's see how the data will be working now. Here we go. Let's see. Again, we have a range here. If you're looking into our SPX, if we're looking into our ES, take a closer look also to your range here. Can we jump through the range now from the based on the data? This would be really interesting. As you know, we have decision area. We have also decision area here on ES. Can we go through this? Yes or no? Also for SPX, SPY, let's go into extended trading hours where we are now. Oh, here's the upper side from our QQQ. So this would be basically can confirm our upside because we have here open space. But again, be careful here because we're staying in the range like what we were seeing yesterday. How our swing trading model is changed. Welcome back. So now resistance becomes to support. Will we be holding the upper band or will be falling down? Again, Nasdaq is fighting with the upper band here. So This would be one of my things where I will be looking for the upside. Also, Magnificent 7, we have to see if this will be open. VIX, we see the VIX goes down. Most of the time, what is this meaning? The market goes up. What we can target, lower band and lower band. But here in this blue line, I think personally this will be my decision area for today. But let's see if the VIX will give us a little bit more continuous. So now let's jump into our Dow and Russell. We was talking about the swing trading model. Excuse me. So with our call resistance and not only high vol 0 DTE and high vol box based from ES, we were also seeing that we are staying here in the box. For us, really important. Can we breaking the box and coming back to one-day min 48.963, or will we holding again call resistance? And if we breaking through this, you have only GEX levels, you have no major levels who holding your ass back. So one-day max could be also really working today. Also, if we're looking in to our indices where we're converting SPX to the Dow, there's nothing what hold us back. This is something what I really like. An amazing setup. We have only high vol 0 DTE as big guy who support our long side, putting our stop loss here, targeting call resistance, gamma vol, and all the stuff here at the top, because we have nothing what hold us back. The only thing what hold us back, guys, call resistance 0 DTE with the gamma vol 0 DTE. And not only you have here your call resistance from the Diamond ETF. So this is, in my point of view, a nice take profit area. But let's see how the move will be continued. All right, Russell. I like the Russell because we have also clear area on the Russell. Let's jump into the IWM in the ETF first. All right, we have our big range. So I would be not surprised if we targeting call resistance with the one-day max and then see some reaction also to the downside. Why? I really like the range here because we have only the GEX levels between us, no major levels. The same we're seeing also on our end on the Russell, on the root. We have only high vol, so high vol. This area is, of course, the good area for taking partial profits. But if we're going out, call resistance could be also a nice target. Same with the futures. We have our box. In my point of view, it's a clear picture. Let's jump into this Magnificent 7. I don't think that there's a big change since we was talking about this yesterday. We are staying in the range no matter what. So again, we have to come out here. 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 And we have to break the box here and getting our momentum. For Meta, we have the same picture here at one-day max and call resistance. So if we're getting out of these boxes, we have a strong momentum to the upside, 100%. But again, so this is something what I would be watching for if the momentum will be stopped, and maybe we will see some reversal to the downside in this case. So watch the Magnificent 7 again. And last but not least, also take care of the swing trading models. As you can see on Russell, we are now at the top. Can we breaking out here and coming into a new area? Could be our first bullish sign that we have now a bullish momentum on the Russell. And then we need a second confirmation from the Dow. And then we can talk about this base and this base from NDX and from SPX. But first things first, I think we need strong momentum from the Russell and strong momentum also for the Dow. And then we can talk about this area here, especially on the Nasdaq, because we are at the moment here. And if you see the SPX, we was in a decision area here. So really careful with this. Let's jump into the VIX. I know I have my alerts here. I know it. We're hitting now the put support, 0DT, and everybody who knows this is one of my A plus setup where I'm expecting we're seeing some price action really soon. I cannot tell you if it's be on the upside or to the downside. Let's wait for follow truth. I would be also not answering questions about this because let's wait until the market open, and you have also your A plus setup here. So if we're getting follow truth to the downside, take a closer look to the next put support where we have the last time our backwards momentum. So with this in mind, SPX, we have also put support 0DTE would be matching also here with the VIX area. SQQ decision area with put support. Can we go and prove this later? And last but not least, we have also our range on the SPXL with put support and call resistance, a really clear and nice range. Will the range be in the play today again? Yes or no? And on the TQQ, we have also a strong range. As you can see, call resistance with the GEX levels. And not only high wall with the put support, CODT and GEX levels. So on TQQ, it is really slow, really tiny range. So let's see what we will get here. So there are a lot of to think about and to monitor. So we have the ranges SPXL, TQQ. I think we were seeing the picture, by the way. This was our yesterday NDX and also our NQ play. What we were seeing here, we were seeing basically the same stuff yesterday. Remember, we have the boxes at the top on the NDX and on the downside on the NQ, or vice versa. I don't remember so much anymore. We was also seeing yesterday the range on the S&P, SPX, and also ES. We have this now today on our leverage ETFs. So again, that's why I would be taking my attention also here. For the upside, SQQ put support. For the retest, SPXS put support 0DT. It's a clear game. I really like this. So that's why we have this, by the way, together. If we're coming back, take a closer look to put support, if this would be holding and we fall down again. And also if we see now resistance on put support 0DTE, what would be matched with the VIX put support 0DT and high wall 0DT. And again, we have open space, nothing is behind us, only some GEX levels. Excuse me. only GEX levels, no major levels. Also here, nothing behind us, only GEX levels, no major levels. So we have open space here. Yeah, but we have maybe some big guy sitting here with put support 0DTE and high wall 0DTE. That's from my side. Have always a closer look again to the bigger picture. Start first with the swing trading model where we are now. As you can see, we are fighting with this, that we come in the range. Nasdaq is a little bit lagging compared to SPX because we are back in the range and we are now in this area where we was rejecting. Also, the Russell is back where it was yesterday. Also, the Dow is also back where it was yesterday. And again, did we see bullish momentum? Yes or no? And last but not least, if we're talking about the Magnificent Seven, you know it, we have to break out from the major areas before I think we get a really strong momentum. That's on my side. Let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I will be now going out, save my mind a little bit because I have a little bit influence.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, Maciej. Yeah, let us know, guys, if you have questions. questions about natural gas. I don't think we cover it here. I don't know if you guys trade that, but maybe we can cover it in the future.
No, I'm not a gas trader.
Yeah.
Also not a crude trader.
All right. Thank you guys, and see you guys again tomorrow. And yeah, Patrick, feel better, and have a good time in the pro room later.
All right. See you guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.